Good morning, everybody. Today marks 1 month since tornadoes ripped through southwest Florida.
Yeah, now FEMA says it will not give federal help to the people here in our area that were affected. This morning, we're going to dig into why, and we're going to show you how the state is pushing back against that decision.
So let's start with the newest numbers on the damage so you can see why both sides feel the way they do. 6 tornadoes touched down in Charlotte, Lee, and Collier counties. In total, 86 homes were destroyed that day. 72 had major damage and 68 homes had minor damage. So that's more than 200 families affected. And the state says in Lee County alone, more than $7 million in home damage was done. But here's what FEMA said when it rejected the governor's request for federal money. The letter says the damage from the January 16th event is not beyond the capabilities of state, local governments, and volunteer agencies. Therefore, supplemental federal assistance is not necessary. Let's bring in Fox 4's John Barron. He is live at one of the places that get hit worst by these storms with the state's response and what will happen next, John.
Yeah, the state's response is simple. They're saying that they do need federal funding because the damage by those tornadoes was severe. And if you don't believe me, well, take a look right behind me. You can see right here, we're sitting here right here at Windcrest Drive. As you can see, this entire building flipped over on its back. We actually got the chance to speak with that homeowner who says that, you know what, he's kind of upset that obviously federal funding won't be handed, but he's not surprised. He actually said that he does believe that Ron DeSantis will fight to get us our money, but he's saying that some of this stuff, well, it's material and it has to be replaced either way.
I mean, they won't insure these old trailers in Florida, so it's out of pocket for pretty much everybody in there, within the exception of a couple, but you know, just like Tropicana, same thing. It's all out of their pocket. It's old trailers, and, you know, that's why it don't amount to enough money for our federal government to bother with us.
Now, like I said, you know, he does believe that Ron DeSantis and the state will fight as hard as they can to make sure that they get as much money as they can, but only time will tell. Of course, we'll have more for you guys coming up at the 9 and 10 o'clock hour as well. For now, live in Iona, John Barron, Fox 4.
Continue our team coverage of this story with Fox 4 certified meteorologist Trent Eric.
Yeah, and Trent, we want to get a little perspective from you about this storm because FEMA says it wasn't large enough and didn't do enough damage for them to step in. So what do you think about the size of it?
Well, if you think about Southwest Florida standards when it comes to tornadoes, this was a strong one, and it was on the ground for 8 miles. The last survey from the National Weather Service put it at 8 miles. It started as a waterspout, moved in south of Punta Rasa, moved right over McGregor, near the Iona community, and then southeast here of the Caloosahatchee. It was an EF2 with winds of 118 miles per hour, and it was on the ground again for 8 miles, and at its maximum width was a little over 100 yards. Now, for us, an EF2 is a strong tornado, but if you look across the rest of the country, the ones that usually get the federal government's attention and the response from FEMA, you're looking at EF3 and stronger when you get to winds of 160 to 200 miles when they stay on the ground for hundreds of miles. So while we definitely need the help here in Southwest Florida, I think this is what the government was looking at when FEMA denied the claim.
All right, great perspective there, Trent. This is our top story right now on fox4now.com. There you can read the entire FEMA letter and the state's response. We also have information about the cleanup that's still going on a month later and detailed information about all the tornadoes that touched down that day.